I'm Li Ziping and my number is 12.
What are the muscle groups utilized in the power clean?
The muscle group utilized in the power clean are the gastrocnemius, the quadriceps, the hamstring, the bicep brachii, the tricep brachii, the trapezius.
What are the techniques involved in the power clean?
The techniques involved in the power clean is firstly, approach the bar which is on the floor and grab the bar with an overhand grip. Ensure that the overhand grip is slightly wider than the shoulder width apart. From then, lift the bar up and ensure that your leg is slightly wider than hip width apart. Okay, first, after that, take a small dip and extend your knees. Lift pulling the bar up onto alongside your trunk. Pulling the bar up alongside your trunk into a upright row. From then, when the bar reaches to your shoulder area, bring your elbow forward and catch the bar in a squat motion. By doing so, you will complete one repetition. Yeah.
What are the safety precautions when doing power clean?
The safety precautions for doing power clean is firstly, when going down into a squat motion, the knees should not go over the toes, as by doing so, it will cause extra pressure on the knees and injuries over time. Secondly, when catching the bar into a squat motion, your elbows must be facing forward so that to prevent extra pressure on your elbows.
What are the muscle groups utilized in the back squats?
The muscle groups utilized in the back squat is the quadricep, hamstring, gastrocnemius, and the gluteus maximus.
What are the techniques involved in the back squats?
For the techniques involved in the back squat, firstly, put the bar on the rack and insert your desired weights. Then approach the bar and go underneath the bar, resting the bar evenly on your shoulders at the back of your neck. From then, grab the bar with an overhand grip and lift the bar off the rack. Take a few steps back and ensure that your legs are slightly wider than hip width apart, with toes pointing forward. From then, take a dip. From then, flex your knees and sit back, doing a squat downwards. From then, after that, extend your knees back up to complete one repetition.
What are safety precautions when doing the back squats?
The safety precautions for doing a back squat is firstly, you need to have two spotters at the side at all times to ensure that, to make sure that if the performer is having troubles with the weight, they'll be there to help out. Secondly, you do not try the weights more than you can handle. Thirdly, when doing the squats, your knees should never go over the toes, as it will put extra pressure on your knees and injuries over time.
What are variation exercises for the back squat?
The variation exercises for the back squat is the front squat, the lunges, and hamstring curl, as well as deadlift.
groups utilized in the bench press?
The muscle group utilized in the bench press are the pectorals, the bicep brachii, the tricep brachii, and the trapezius.
What are the techniques involved in doing the bench press?
Firstly, when doing the bench press, put the bar onto the rack and insert your desired weights. From then, lie on the bench and put your legs onto the bench support given to ensure full back support throughout the whole exercises. From then, align your eye level directly below to the bar and with an overhand grip, grab the bar slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Lift the bar off the rack and ensure that it is directly above your chest area. From then, flex your elbows such that the bar will touch the chest area, and from there, extend your elbows to complete one repetition. Be sure to inhale as you flex the elbows and exhale when inhale when you extend your elbows. Exhale when you extend your elbows.
What are the safety precautions when doing the bench press?
The safety precautions for doing the bench press is firstly, your leg must be on the bench support at all times to ensure back support, as too much pressure on your back will cause the back to have injuries over time. Secondly, when you extend your elbows, please do not hyperextend your elbows, and it will cause extra pressure on your elbows and injuries over time. Thirdly, your wrist must be locked in at all times to ensure that there must be no extra pressure on the wrist as well.
What are the variation exercises for the bench press?
The variation exercises for the bench press is the dumbbell fly and the dumbbell bench press.
What are the muscle groups utilized in the deadlift?
The muscle group utilized in the deadlift are the gluteus maximus, quadriceps, hamstring, and the deltoids.
What are the techniques involved in the deadlift?
The techniques involved in the deadlift is that firstly, approach the bar that is on the floor and grab it with an overhand grip. From then, ensure that your hand is slightly wider than shoulder width apart. After that, lift up the bar and ensure that your leg is slightly wider than hip width apart. Take a few steps back and ensure that your leg is slightly wider than hip width apart with toes pointing forward. From then, flex your knees and extend your knees to complete one repetition. Be sure to inhale as you flex your knees and exhale when you extend your knees.
What are safety precautions when doing the deadlift?
The safety precautions for doing the deadlift is firstly, you have to squeeze your shoulder blade back and lean forward to ensure that your back is straight at all times throughout the exercise. Secondly, when going down, your knees should never go over the toes, as it will cause extra pressure on your knees and injuries over time.
What are the variation exercises of the deadlift?
The variation exercises for the deadlift is the squats, lunges, and push press. The leg press.
What are the muscle groups utilized in the standing military press?
The muscle groups utilized in the standing military press is the bicep brachii, the tricep brachii, the deltoids, the trapezius.
What are the techniques involved in the standing military press?
Firstly, for standing military press, put the bar on the rack and insert your weights. After that, go underneath the bar and rest the bar evenly on your shoulders behind your back. From then, grab the bar with an overhand grip and lift the bar off the rack. Take a few steps back and ensure that your legs are slightly wider than hip width apart with toes pointing forward. From then, extend your elbows round such that the bar pushes up, going directly above your head. From then, allow your spotters to bring the bar back down for you to complete one repetition. Do remember to exhale when you extend your elbows, and inhale when the spotters are bringing down the bar.
What are the safety precautions when doing the standing military press?
The safety precautions for doing the standing military press is firstly, do not hyperextend your elbows, as it might cause extra pressure on your elbows and injuries over time. Secondly, when pushing out the bar, when extending the bar right on top of your head, do remember that you have to go outwards and not backwards and forward, as it will also cause extra pressure on the shoulders. Lastly, there must be spotters at the side for you to help bring the bar down.
What are the variation exercises for the standing military press?
The variation exercises for the standing military press is the push press and the Arnold press.
So, Ping, can you explain the relevance of your weight training program to your sport in volleyball?
My weight training program is a pre-season power program that helps to train on my upper and lower body. For example, for my upper body, I can train with the bench press and the standing military press, as well as the power clean. This helps me to spike harder in a volleyball match, making it harder for the opponent to receive the ball. As for the lower part of the body, for the power, the pre-season power training program, consists of squats, power clean, as well as the deadlift. This helps me to have a burst of power to jump up higher and faster to spike the ball, which is also higher in the